Welcome to part 2 of the What Tomorrow Brings Shawl tutorial. We are at the beginning of section 14 working on picking up stitches. We have in part 1 just completed picking up stitches along the cast on edge of our side to side triangle, and now we are ready to start picking up stitches along the I-cord increase and decrease edge. I have here the swatch that we looked at in part 1 with the right side facing us. This is the upper edge of the side to side triangle, and this is the increase and decrease edge. Now that we have finished picking up these 4 stitches on the cast on edge, we're going to turn our work so that the increase decrease edge with the I-cord edging is facing us and the right side is facing us. We are going to identify those I-cord stitches the same way that we identified them in part 1, which is to look at the upside down V's. We have 1 upside down V, 2, and then if you turn your work, there's 1 stitch that runs and pulls to the wrong side of your work, 3. With the increase edge turned upwards and the right side facing you, we are going to identify where we need to pick up our first stitch. You'll find that there's a jumble of stitches from our cast on. We're going to skip right over that. We want to work on not the first V, not the second V, but with the last and third V that gets wrapped around, pulled around to the wrong side of our work. You can see after the jumble of stitches, there is 1 upside down V right next to the jumble of stitches. We're going to skip that upside down V and work into the next upside down V. In the previous tutorial, I showed you that when we were picking up stitches along the cast on edge, we would insert our needle between the 2 legs of the V to pick up a stitch. For this portion of the pickup, we're going to do something a little different. Rather than inserting into the center of that upside down V, we are going to insert our needle under both legs of that upside down V. We're going to wrap our yarn as if to knit and pull our stitch through. You can see that with those upside down V's, that there's a little gap underneath that stitch. We are going to be inserting into that gap in order to pick up both legs of our upside down V. Wrap as if to knit and pull our stitch through. After skipping that very first upside down V, we're now going to be picking up every stitch in each row of the I-cord edging that wraps around to the back side of our work. Insert under the 2 legs, wrap as if to knit, and pull through. Insert under those 2 legs, wrap as if to knit, and pull through. We're going to continue to work in this matter, picking up our I-cord edging stitch every row until we come to the end of our work, where we have placed 4 stitches on hold at the end of section 13. When you reach the end of section 13, you will have 4 held stitches, and I would like you to verify the number of stitches that you have on your needles. Our target, our goal is to have 204 stitches on our needles in order to work the setup row for section 14. If you find when you come to those 4 held stitches that you need to skip a row or perhaps pick up an extra stitch, the best place to do that will be right before the 4 held stitches. We'll just continue to pick up those stitches. I'd like to show you what the wrong side of the work looks like now that you've picked up stitches. By picking up the 2 legs of your I-cord edge that wraps around to the wrong side of the work, you will have a neat row for each individual I-cord stitch. You should be able to see where your new yarn, color 14, comes through on the wrong side of your work, but it won't show on the right side of your work. You should have 2 neat rows of upside down V's running in front of your picked up stitches. 1 on the wrong side and 2 on the right side to create a good, strong pickup and a very neat, clean edge between our side-to-side triangle and our top-down triangle. You can just continue to work in that manner down the entire length of your side-to-side triangle. And if you have any questions about your shawl or picking up stitches, please feel free to reach out to me at tellybeanknits@gmail.com, and you can always get on my website, www.tellybeanknits.com, for more information on the pattern or the shawl, and definitely feel free to reach out to me through the website as well. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying your What Tomorrow Brings shawl.